Ever heard of a superhero born from a divine promise to a barren mother? Let's dive into the story of Samson, a man whose life was a whirlwind of jaw-dropping strength and heartbreaking weakness. From the very beginning, his birth was a miracle, announced by an angel. He was set apart, a Nazirite, bound by a vow to God, symbolized by his uncut hair. This wasn't just any baby. This was a boy destined to be a champion for his people. As Samson grew, so did his legendary power. Imagine this: a young man, walking through a vineyard, suddenly ambushed by a roaring lion. With no weapon in sight, he tears the lion apart with his bare hands. Unbelievable, right? But that was just the beginning. Frustrated by betrayal, he catches 300 foxes, ties their tails together with torches, and sends them blazing through the Philistines' fields, burning their harvest to the ground. And perhaps his most famous feat: cornered and outnumbered, he finds the jawbone of a donkey and, with this makeshift weapon, strikes down 1,000 enemy soldiers. Samson was a one-man army, a force of nature. His strength was the stuff of legends, a clear sign of God's favor. But even the strongest have a breaking point. Samson's greatest enemy wasn't a Philistine army or a ferocious beast. It was the man in the mirror. His incredible power fueled a dangerous pride. He became arrogant, believing he was invincible, that the rules didn't apply to him. This pride often boiled over into uncontrollable rage. He acted on impulse, driven by vengeance rather than justice. His moral compass began to spin wildly. He broke his sacred vows, feasting with his enemies and ignoring the divine purpose he was given. His strength, once a gift for his people's salvation, became a tool for personal vendettas. He was a hero spiraling downward, blinded by his own might. And then came Delilah. Her name is synonymous with betrayal, but for Samson, it first meant love, or at least a powerful infatuation. He was completely captivated by her. The Philistine lords saw their chance. They offered Delilah a fortune to uncover the secret of Samson's strength. 3 times she tried, and 3 times Samson lied to her, playing games with the woman he loved and the enemies who hunted him. He was toying with fire, but Delilah was persistent. She wore him down with her words, pressing him daily until his soul was vexed to death. In a moment of utter vulnerability, he confessed everything: his Nazirite vow, the divine secret resting in his uncut hair. While he slept in her lap, the razor came. His strength left him, and he was captured, blinded, and thrown into prison to grind grain like an animal. The mighty hero had fallen, but the story doesn't end in that dark prison. Humiliated and broken, Samson had nothing left but his faith. As his hair slowly began to grow back, so did his humility. Chained between 2 massive pillars in a pagan temple, serving as entertainment for thousands of celebrating Philistines, Samson prayed. It wasn't a prayer of pride or vengeance, but one of surrender. He asked God for strength just one last time, not for his own glory, but to fulfill his divine purpose. With a final monumental effort, he pushed against the pillars. The temple crumbled, bringing down the entire Philistine leadership with him. In his death, Samson achieved his greatest victory. So, what's the untold lesson here? We're all fascinated by Samson's superhuman strength, but his story's real power lies in his weakness. It teaches us that physical might, talent, or success can become a trap if not anchored in humility and purpose. Samson's journey shows that our greatest falls often come not from external enemies, but from internal flaws: our pride, our anger, our compromises. But even in our lowest moments, when we feel defeated and blind, there is hope. Samson's final act reveals a profound truth. True strength isn't about what we can do on our own. It begins with surrendering our ego, our plans, and our lives to a higher purpose. That's where real, lasting power is found. Thank you for joining me on this journey through Samson's life. If this story resonated with you, hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into timeless tales. See you in the next video.